I've given them for less.
Hi guys. I unmuted you right as you said that. And that's it. I didn't hear anything else. How's it going? Hi Listex, yeah, hi Matt.
Yeah.
So we're down a player
one
today. Yeah. Fiona is not here today. She got her head cut off last time, so I mean it makes sense.
Hopefully sew it back on before she gets back.
Sew it back on.
Yeah. Just put a little
We'll definitely try. We'll
there.
try and stitch it back on, you know. We'll see if we can stitch it.
She's just resting.
Uh-huh. In the Minotaur's hands.
Yeah. Pining for the fjords.
So, yeah, if anyone forgot, we left off with this motherfucker holding Fiona's head right in front of Alaric. So, that's fun.
So, we'll get started. Yes, last session ended with kind of getting split in the labyrinth here, not entirely. Jimmy found his way back to Arthur, and Jimmy and Arthur are in front of two walls with two runes on them, and two walls opposite that are blank with a spot for... Yep, there you go. And Fiona was pulled by the bullhelm. That's actually what it's called. It's a bullhelm. Dr. Quinn went after her, got tossed over another wall in the labyrinth, and then we ended with Dr. Quinn seeing this lovely creature carrying what he presumed or saw to be Fiona's head through the labyrinth. We will start with Arthur and Jimmy over near the runes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, Arthur obviously has heard, I believe we canonically said, we heard the flight of the Dr. Alaric Quinn.
Yes.
But we had not seen Fiona's extreme makeover. So
oh shit, yeah, we're not aware of that yet.
Correct.
Yeah, so Arthur is sort of tentatively looking over at Jimmy and did you hear Alaric there? That was him, right? Or is this place just messing with us again?
I mean, with all I've seen, it's possible that it could be using his voice, but I think that was him.
Right, well...
maybe we should head over towards where he's at and try and bring him over here to help us decide what to do with these runes.
Yeah. We should make note of which ones we've found here. And Arthur's going to, like, on the floor and on the walls, draw an arrow towards the symbols with, like, which symbols, like a very crude, like, drawing of what they are, so I can, like, track if the walls go to different symbols, you know, if we happen to be in here that long.
Okay.
He's going to quickly do that, and a quick arrow pointing towards them. It's like, not sure exactly how we navigate a maze that keeps moving its walls, but this is what I'll be trying to do. And I know they're both symbols in the ritual document that they had, but I'm still no closer to figuring out what they are. I don't suppose you've had any thoughts.
I've seen the one on the right before, but I don't have any contextual information about it, really.
Where did you see it?
Oh, man, I don't remember right now.
You guys can either both of you can give me another focus roll to inspect them one more time since we've been here, or you can move on to find Dr. Quinn, like you said.
I will do that.
Yeah, let's go. Focus. Here comes the focus. That's a 4 for me.
4. Okay.
6.
6.
1 die.
Carries.
Jimmy, you actually look to the rune that kind of has the shape of the tree in there, and you had heard like Fiona and Arthur talking about potential elements, like maybe this is earth, and you think, a tree, and you think maybe it is actually related to ancestry or lineage instead.
Okay. I believe the one with the tree is related to some sort of family tree, lineage, some sort of thing like that. Maybe
Interesting.
referring to genetics or descendants.
Well, that is... I hadn't considered that. Well, that changes all of their meanings then. It wouldn't be elemental
Hello,
on the
Wolfie.
others, and this one be lineage, but that's something to consider.
Good to see you.
It might have something to do
Good
with
for the
why
primey.
children are being used for these experiments as well.
Appreciate it.
And it does... The spell lists the mother as a component, so that makes sense. But what they're trying to achieve, I still don't understand.
Definitely not something morally good.
No, I got that impression from the kidnapped children and the dead ones and the slicing the throat of your own comrades and killing off entire research stations of people. Those were all... don't get me wrong, there were other signs, but those were definitely the ones that stuck out to me.
Has been quite a lot at this point.
Yes, well... What are they up to? What could they possibly want with this that it's worth doing all this?
It almost feels like they're trying to open up a portal or some kind of communication to another side or through the veil, or even rip the veil further. At least that's my intuition speaking more than anything.
Well, I suppose the symbols on it, and I'm taking out the drawing I made of this, which is on screen at the moment. I suppose theoretically, there are the echoes between them shape the pattern. These 4 symbols, they could be some form of they could be some sort of resonance between these elements. Maybe they are building energy for something like a rip. Maybe it is just about ripping open into the beyond. I don't know. But there are many ways to exacerbate the flare. We've seen many of them ourselves.
Arthur, as you contemplate and say the word resonance out loud, you see on the wall across from not the tree rune, but the other circular rune, the wall across from it that is blank, you see another rune begin to appear on it as you speak the word resonance and see... One second. This
Jimmy, are you
symbol that you
are you seeing that?
Jimmy, you
seeing that?
see it start to appear as well.
I am seeing that, Arthur.
Oh, good. I'm not going crazy then. At least, if I am, then we're doing it together in good fashion. That is another symbol from the spells. It occurs 4 times. I think it was when I said the word resonance. It appeared.
As you say that, you begin to hear big, heavy footfalls, and we're going to jump over to Dr. Quinn.
Oh boy.
You saw Dr. Quinn.
You guys just got Wi-Fi.
I know, it is
I was
Wi-Fi.
just about to say it totally looks like that.
I tried
The
to
volume
manipulate it so
symbol.
that it wasn't, but I didn't have any other good shape for this rune. So
But
I know
like,
when I made it, I was like, "That's
Yeah.
fucking Wi-Fi." What
the,
the?
it,
Well,
it
it takes
looks like
four.
that
I've got this
because the
weird
Wi-Fi
document that says we
symbol
have
and
four
the
Wi-Fi
volume
routers.
symbols are for resonance. Like they symbolize resonance of vibrations. So I feel like it's applicable.
Anyway,
Or we're just
Dr.
dealing with
Quinn.
4 routers.
You saw the Minotaur not walking towards you. You're in a hallway with like a dead end behind you, I think. And then I'm pretty sure that's where we ended. And this Minotaur walking down the hallway adjacent, carrying. So not walking towards you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna hide.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Give me a hide roll.
It's not good. It's not good.
Oh.
I'm gonna double drive it because I feel like this is okay. Good thing I did. 2 and a 6,
Okay.
and that'll be both my drives.
You try to like make yourself small and quiet as it starts walking away. And you think that you're pretty well hidden. You watch as it continues walking through the labyrinth and around a corner.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm going to try and like sneak past it and kind of go the way that it came from.
Okay. Easy enough. On a 6. You move past it. Again, it's walking away from you. You kind of just miss each other, but well enough hidden. And you continue walking. You can give me a survey roll or a focus roll to determine which way to go, or to try to see if you can see any of Arthur's markings that he's left behind.
I will try and focus for any discerning marks that I would recognize, or Arthur's chalk outline.
Okay.
Double 5s.
Double 5s. As you're walking, you approach a wall 2 directions, and you see Arthur's to go to the left. And as you kind of peek your head around the corner, you don't see them, but you can hear Arthur and Jimmy having a conversation.
So when I peek around the corner, I can't see a path that would kind of
There is a
keep
there
going
is a
towards
path.
them.
It continues on, and it looks like it curves in one direction potentially. You can hear them, but you can't see them.
Does the path curve towards what I would think? Okay, if I follow this path, I should kind of get closer to them.
Yeah, you think so?
Okay. Then I will continue down that path.
Okay.
And try and make my way towards the other 2. I don't want to say anything yet. I'm not going to yell anything yet because I don't want to draw attention.
Okay.
Just
yeah.
yet.
Taking that 6 from your hide roll, you continue on, and you begin to hear Arthur. I think it's when I said resonance, and you hear them having this conversation on the wall opposite, like to your left wall. They might be on the other side.
Okay. And I can't see any like easy way in yet towards them.
The path, they're on your left right here. The path continues forward, and forward, left, and right.
Okay. So what I will do is I'll take out my notepad, and I'll say, it's Alaric. Ran into the Minotaur. Fiona is dead. I'll try to make my way to you. And I'll crumple it up and I'll throw it over the wall.
Okay.
Towards them. And then I'll continue down that path.
Okay. You continue down, landing in between you and between Arthur and Jimmy, a note just falls at your feet.
Just as Arthur is saying, God, I wish we'd have a clue from the sign
exactly.
from above. And thank you. Reaches down, picks it up, reads it, and hands it over to Jimmy with a bit of a shaking hand as he's read the fate of Fiona. It must be nearby if he's writing this. We should be cautious.
I wouldn't jump to conclusions about Fiona. A lot of things don't seem to be as they seem in this labyrinth. Let's inspect further before we panic too much. And I also agree we should meet up as soon as possible.
Alaric is a medical man. I believe.
Well, you never know what's a hallucination in this place, honestly.
Fair. I'll tell you what. If we find her living, Fiona, we'll take her with us.
Definitely.
Dr. Quinn, as you continue to walk and try to find your way to them, you turn a corner and you can see them, but just slowly walking, hasn't noticed you yet, is the Minotaur walking toward both of them.
Both of them.
Yes. And Jimmy and Arthur, you begin to hear heavy footfalls.
Oh, that's
loud.
not cool. You guys, I don't like that.
At this point, if I see them and I see the Minotaur, Alaric will run! The Minotaur's behind you!
Jimmy will immediately spring into action and start running whichever direction is not towards the Minotaur.
Yeah, Arthur's immediately doing the same, taking one last look at the symbols, burning them into his memory, and booking it.
I will definitely also give Arthur a shout, like, "Hey, come on, get the fuck out of here!" I'm always down for a fight, but not with this guy.
Okay. Give me move rolls, both of you.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
And Dr. Quinn, you can give me a survey roll to try to figure out which way to go. That will keep you guys safe.
Okay.
That's 5 for Arthur.
5?
That is also 5 for Jimmy.
Okay.
Add a drive to my survey roll.
Yeah,
Need
I
it,
used to
but
try for that.
6.
Where's that?
6? Okay. Dr. Quinn, as you see the Minotaur starting to pick up pace, Arthur and Jimmy, hearing you say run, they both bolt into action and start running towards you, which is away from the Minotaur. And you look to your right and you see a pathway with a wall that kind of ripples like disturbed water, but it's different than any wall that you have seen here. And as you look closer on a 6, you can see there's something beyond it, like maybe you can run through it.
Okay. So I'll be waving them towards me. Come on, this way. And just basically put my hand cautiously on the wall. And then if it passes through, then just kind of run through it.
Yep. Okay. Your hand passes through this wall.
And I'll
Arthur
continue
and Jimmy.
in that little area, like wherever seems safe. Like,
Okay.
And before I turn away, do I notice the Minotaur notice them yet?
Yes, you do. On a 5, both of you got a 5 on your move rolls, and you kick into gear and start running towards Dr. Quinn, saying, this way, into this strange shimmering wall. Arthur, a little bit slower than Jimmy, you trip, and the Minotaur is lumbering towards you. You don't see Fiona's head. You see Lazar Quinn's head in the Minotaur's hands, running towards you. Jimmy, you see Arthur fall. You can either make a move roll to try to help him up in time or go through the wall with Dr. Quinn.
Oh, we're making a move roll for sure. I will blow dry for that. Going roll a 5.
A 5. Okay. Are you going to try to help Arthur up, or are you going to go through the wall?
I'm going to drag Arthur with me through the wall, hopefully,
Okay.
or help him up.
Okay. You grab onto Arthur. Arthur, you kind of trip, fall. The Minotaur is getting
Yep.
closer. Is there anything you want to do here?
He sees the head of Lazar Quinn, and immediately it's also like I picture Fiona's head was being held by the hair, and obviously Lazar Quinn doesn't have
Yep.
a lot of that, so
Just basketball in it.
it's just Spalding written over his forehead.
Full palming it.
As he's looking at this, he's like, Lazar's here, and he's going to cast one quick glance around the maze quickly for any other symbols or any pipework from the gas mains that he that are on the map towards this place that he was shown.
Okay. Give me a survey roll real quick. One last glance.
Quick survey. That is a 4 and a 5, so I'll take the 5.
As you take a look around and Jimmy grabbing onto you to pull you up, you see there are some pipes leading towards the wall that Dr. Quinn just walked through.
Okay, excellent. And he makes a mental note of that and then scrambles through with Jimmy,
Okay.
getting as far away from Murder Boy as he can.
Okay, you guys pick up pace. Jimmy, you pick up Arthur and kind of help him get going, and you step through this shimmering type wall with Dr. Quinn. As you guys step into here and look, your feet are like suctioning to the ground, and the walls are slick and veined, and they glow and pulse faintly in time with your own heartbeat. The air is humid and smells faintly of salt and iron. And you see this hallway that you are in, and look around, and an eye unfurls from the wall and blinks at you. You see these nasty mouths gnawing on the walls, and it just continues onward.
Right. Well, we seem to have changed our location a little bit. Is anyone else worried about the fact that the walls have literal eyes?
It's definitely a little off-putting. Also,
A little
did I see a
off-putting.
head in the Minotaur's arm, hand as well?
Things were happening too fast with Arthur tripping and you running and trying to pick him up and lead him through. You didn't get a good enough look.
Okay, cool.
As you all stand in this nasty, gross, flesh-ridden hallway, I'm going to need you all to take a brain mark because it is stressful, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Nope,
It's been a lot.
Living flesh hallway. .g.
Oh, the name of
PNG.
my image.
Uh-huh. Terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. Arthur's just like, oh god. And then notices that some of the walls seem to have mouths. And
Ew,
yes,
that
definitely
is
takes a brain mark.
gross.
As you kind of step in here a couple steps forward, this nasty, gnarled arm reaches out and grabs your leg, Jimmy, and is holding on tight.
Awesome. I will definitely try to punch that or stab, cut it off of my leg. I'm a knife guy. Let's go with knives.
Okay. Give me a strike roll.
Hell yeah. Gild that shit. 6 on the gilded.
6 on the gilded. You successfully make contact with this gross, weird arm, but it doesn't let go. And you're reminded of the silk bleed puncher that you have.
Oh man, I really hate using that so early in the encounter though. I was hoping the knife would be sufficient, But okay, I wrap my hand and I punch that thing.
Okay. I need to remember what I wrote.
I guess the only other option would be to cut my leg
Sorry.
off. So
Give me a control roll. Cut your leg
You rolled a
off.
6. I mean, you rolled a 6. Cutting your leg off is a very reasonable
5.
option now.
5 on the control.
Okay. You wrap your fist in this silken cord and punch it in the hand. Like a screeching sound occurs as it reels back and sucks itself back into the wall.
Right,
Well,
so
we'll
we're
have
also
to be
dealing
careful,
with...
everybody. I can't do that many more times, or any more times.
Yeah, no, I would like to not have that. Let's get away from the and Arthur's going to look back at where they came through. Is there anything like a wall there, or is it just another corridor of horror?
It just stretches beyond another corridor of horror as you put. I'll take any survey rolls to try to navigate through.
Oh
Here.
yeah,
Oh,
I
for
got
sure.
that.
Jimmy,
Double
I'm gonna
gilded.
just cheerlead you.
Yeah.
3 6s, including 1
Go,
gilded.
Jimmy, go.
All right.
Jesus.
Dang, my dice are on fire tonight.
Continuing forward, you are kind of leading your way here through scent and a direction that smells less grotesque than other areas. Because there's not really much to see besides flesh and more flesh
Ugh,
and
okay.
more flesh.
Awesome. So awesome.
As you continue on, you continue to lead through, and slowly the flesh walls slowly turn into stone once again. But not in the way the labyrinth was before. This hallway, as you continue walking, the air gets colder here. There's no clear light source, but everything seems to be cast in moonlight, and your steps echo, and it's very quiet, and fog starts to kind of roll in here. Arthur, you hear a familiar voice. Arthur, this way.
Is it the
And
direction we're heading, or?
It is the direction you're heading.
Right. Well, Anastasia's back at least, and she's saying we're going the right way, which either means we continue this direction or we turn the hell around and get away from whatever's using my sister's voice. I'm still on the fence about which.
Dr. Quinn, you start to hear the rattle of like a tin of a lunch pail, and you look to your left, and it's like the stone wall kind of turns into this opaque glass, and you see your uncle walking next to you at the same pace as you, holding a lunch pail.
It's very disconcerting. I don't know what to think about the voices that we're hearing.
Jimmy, on the topic of scent, you start to pick up a very familiar smell. Clove. And
Oh,
as
hell
you
no.
continue walking through here, you swear you catch just the swift movement of the clove's figure disappearing just behind a corner.
Oh, I don't trust my eyes enough. I want to run after him, but I'm not going to. I will tell them that I think I just saw the clove. You guys, I think I
Well,
just saw the clove, and I definitely smell clove, but I can't be sure of my senses in this incredibly fucked up area.
Jimmy, give me a focus roll as you are contemplating your own senses here.
As he's doing that, Arthur is like, "No, wait, the Minotaur had Lazar Quinn's head, and I'm
Wait,
fairly certain that he works with Clove these days."
what?
I had a
What do you
3.
mean it had Lazar's head? I
Yes,
saw
in his hand.
I saw Fiona's head.
I only saw the one head, I'm afraid. Is it possible we were
Okay,
both
well,
made to see something that maybe it's carrying something grotesque, but we're hallucinating, or
Maybe
it's
that
just
means that
really good at
Fiona is
taking
still
heads.
alive?
I would like to think so.
I
I hope so.
I also would like to think so.
Jimmy,
Very,
as
very
you
much.
realize that you're in a place where reality can shift and change, you feel and sense clarity, and it drives you forward. You've remembered something the others haven't. This is the way. This way. This has always been the way. You know the Clove is walking this way. And Dr. Quinn and Arthur, you watch as Jimmy starts walking forward.
Oh boy.
It feels like a memory to you, Jimmy, and just before you realize that you're lost, you look behind and you don't see Dr. Quinn or Arthur. A voice ahead. You're not supposed to be here, are you?
Oh,
To Dr. Quinn and Arthur, Jimmy kind of disappears into this fog that has rolled in.
That wasn't there a moment ago.
Where's Jimmy?
That's a good question.
Oh no.
We can either chase after him and into the fog of potentially ill portent, or we can try and find our way backwards. But I don't. We were dropped in the middle of this place. I think it's, and I don't particularly want to go back to that fleshy corridor again. So I'm thinking we chase after Jimmy.
Yes, we should go after him.
Right. Well,
yes, please help
stay
me. I'm
very
in
close.
danger.
And I'll keep my hand on Arthur's shoulder as we move through this fog.
Okay.
yeah, and Arthur like takes a brief sort of breath and clutches the key on his chest briefly and taps the pocket watch and then steps into the fog.
Okay. I will, as there isn't much to see, I'll take either a sense or a read roll. I think those
I would
would
love
apply
to do
here.
a read, a sense roll,
Okay.
if I may.
I will.
I'll add a drive.
4.
Okay, that's a 1 and a 3 and a 6 on the gilded, so I'm going to take the gilded 6. Thank you.
Okay. As you press forward, Arthur, you understand that this is a place that messes with reality and illusions. Unsure of how specifically this fog plays into it, but you think maybe there's a way to use some type of a strong anchor to reach out to Jimmy within the fog. You might be able to pull him out of it, either by speaking to him or maybe a memory of him. As you realize that, Jimmy, you are... Oh, wait a second. Jimmy dropped something.
I yoinked my mouse off the desk with my foot. Okay, I got by the cord.
This corridor stretches in front of you, Jimmy, and you see him. You see the Clove just walking kind of at a quick pace ahead of you. To you in this moment, this is real.
I chase after him.
Okay.
Out of character. This feels like bait. Bait.
Give me a move.
That moment when genre savvy and metagaming meet.
Oh man. Oh great, no moves. Okay, so we're burning drives for this. 3.
3.
Hopefully
You
that means I
move
don't
and
get very far.
the fog begins to like thicken and it goes down in your throat into your lungs and you start coughing and coughing.
Awesome.
Take 1 bleed mark for me as this silver liquid begins to pour out of your mouth.
Have I
Arthur.
soaked one yet?
I don't think so.
Let's go. I will spit that shit out because I have, I don't know, experienced hallucinogenics before and have some of my senses still intact. And now I have used my death defy. Goodbye.
Okay. As this happens to you, Arthur and Dr. Quinn, what you want to do?
Arthur is trying to. He's got an idea of what this fog is doing now. From that sense, he's aware it's like playing on senses and memories, and he needs something that will anchor him to Jimmy. While he feels the arm on his shoulder from Dr. Quinn, he's going to think to the very first meeting he and Jimmy had, and if there isn't already if you don't have a meeting in mind already, I'd like to say that it is it's a moment where Arthur has been doing some work with Candela for a little while now, and the most recent assignment was to procure, as a low-level entry role, he was tasked to procure some black market bleed artifacts that were being peddled, and he got himself into a bit of hot water, and out of nowhere, Jimmy arrives and beats up the guy who's been tooling on Arthur, and knocks him to the ground, and he sort of comes in and rescues Arthur. He's going to think about that moment and that memory, and try and reach out into the fog and grab hold of a shoulder or an arm or something.
Okay. Give me another sense roll.
That's a 1 and a 5, so I'll take the 5.
5. You reach out into the fog and try to get a sense of where Jimmy is, and you find him. Jimmy, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
I will turn towards the hand.
You see Arthur before you, and Arthur, all of a sudden the fog enters your lungs and you start to cough up this gross silvery metal liquid. Please take a bleed mark. Dr. Quinn, you see this happening, still holding on to Arthur.
As he takes the bleed mark and he's coughing into this, coughing up this, he's going to speak their language. Let them in, and he's going to open himself to the bleed and try and reach out with your feelings, Arthur, and try and gain some insight. What is the path forward? How do we progress? How do we get past this fog? Those are the sorts of thoughts that are going through his mind while he's coughing up this silver metal blood.
Okay. Let me look at something here. All right, you reach out and ask, how do we get through this? And you hear, Anastasia, follow your own markings. And you look at the wall next to you, and it reveals an arrow that you drew. And you look ahead forward, and the fog slightly reveals another arrow that you drew.
He grabs hold of them, and as he's coughing up this silver crap, he grabs hold of them and starts pulling them forward towards the arrows and following them. And as he goes, he's calling out what the arrows look like in case he's the only one who can see them. But he's driving them forward at this point.
Okay.
Really just be pulling, just getting pulled and keeping look behind to make sure that nothing is coming behind us. Trying to.
Okay. As you look behind you, Dr. Quinn, just give me a quick little survey. Or a focus.
Yeah, okay. I'll do a focus. 2. Actually,
2?
I'm gonna take the 1 because I get a drive back.
Ooh, that good old gilded failure. Love those. As you look behind you, you see for a moment your uncle in the fog holding that lunch pail, and your aunt walking up behind him, putting her arm around his shoulder, and they turn into fog themselves, and that fog rushes towards you and forces its way into your mouth, and you start coughing up the silver liquid. As you're still being pulled by Arthur here, you do take 1 bleed mark
I
as
hate
you
this
continue
place.
onward.
This is terrifying.
I did say eldritch horror. All right.
Holy crap.
Arthur, as you continue forward following these markings, they're yours, and you're pretty confident in the way that you're going. The hallway begins to give way into this vast chamber. The ceiling above is lost in shadow, and the air here is still. As you all kind of step in here, the fog dissipates, and you can slightly breathe for a second. And then you all hear a drip.
Big size. Oxygen, good.
That stuff is terrible.
That's not good.
Is everyone okay?
I honestly no, but
Not really.
not even a little bit.
Stiff upper lip, though.
Do I see any silver
You
blood
can stand,
left?
can't you?
As you go to wipe your chin, you do. It is on your hand.
Oh god, this was inside me. Oh. Can I wave bleed detector over it? My small flashlight bleed detector.
Yeah, absolutely. It is easy enough to see with that. It is just resonating bleed from that
God.
blood. And as you are flashing that light around, it was dark in here, and you look and you see silver threads, liquid threads falling from cracks in the ceiling. And soon there are dozens of them in this space. In the center of this room, now slightly lit up, you see Fiona, suspended midair. Her body is hanging in a cradle of mercury-like vines, holding her there. And you see that her head is removed, but there are these silver mercury lines keeping it slightly attached as she is. Couldn't get a picture of this scene.
I bet.
But it is as if her body has been unfortunately slightly dismembered in some areas by whatever this liquid metal, unsure what it is, but it is holding her in place, suspended. And her mouth moves, but it's not her voice. It is something much older, much more ancient, and it says, "Complete the lineage, or she drowns with the blood." You see on the ground beneath her are 5 circles, 5 inlays, each with a rune within it. I'm going to send this to you guys in Discord, and then I'm going to go to the bathroom while you think. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Lineage. We got Wi-Fi symbols.
Well,
Okay.
he looks at that as Arthur's trying to keep his focus on the matter at hand, because while she's not got her head, the voice said, you know, complete this or she drowns in blood. And I was like, well, in that case, hopefully that means there's something can be done about this. And he's going to take out his copy of the previous symbols chart, well, the symbols on the ritual. Okay, so well, the flame, all of these symbols appear on this document, and what's the flame says, what's buried is summoned, raw and unfiltered, and we know that this is some sort of lineage, the tree, and I don't know what these others are, but and suppose either of you have an idea what these. Jimmy, you thought this was lineage. Do you have any other insight, or?
I don't. Not at the current time. I'd have to make another focus roll probably, but I don't think I've seen any of these other ones before. Just the lineage one, and it was at the last crime scene, I think. I want to say each one might represent a different like part of the ritual or like catalyst for the ritual, even.
Well, the
like an ingredient
on
list.
the top right, that occurs 4 times in opposition to these resonance symbols. So it could be for sure, but it seems to be surrounded by, he said, he keeps scrolling. That's me. He is me. I keep scrolling between the two images. I'm just going to copy paste them together. Well,
you took out this page here, the one with the targets.
Yeah, and the on the reverse, on the original, on the reverse, we had like a partial key with the mother becomes the frame, the child becomes the lens, the echoes between the shape, the pattern, the boundary is drawn where emotion frays, the trigger must be precise, what's buried is summoned, raw and unfiltered. And if it's a lineage... Okay, hold on.
Be a reincarnation ritual?
Raw and unfiltered.
Almost.
We have a tree, a lightning bolt, an X with a no water symbol, a fire, and then this last symbol. And I'm wondering if it's just as simple as a tree is struck by lightning, there is no water, so it starts a fire.
Where does the
little bit simplistic?
It's a little simplistic, but we didn't even know what. I mean, could it be thunder? The sound of the.
The echoes between them shape the pattern. Is there a coincidence that those are drawn between each symbol?
I think these I think what we're supposed to do here is move these into some sort of sequence. Complete the lineage. I think the symbols on the ritual represent either places or potentially people. And with lineage, people would make more sense.
Yeah, that was my thought, was it would be a people, but the symbols are on the labyrinth wall, like almost Skyrim puzzle style.
Yes.
Maybe we do have to match them to something. But it
You said
also
you saw
almost
this-
feels like an alchemical ingredient list to me.
You said you saw this at a crime scene. Who was there? Who was the victim?
No, I'm pretty sure it was in a book on our last assignment. But I can't be sure without consulting the oracles.
Jimmy, you saw. I think I know what you're thinking of now. You saw a sigil carved into the desk of your flashback. I think that might be what you're thinking of.
Ah.
That was the little yelling Pac-Man symbol.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yelling
yeah, that's
Pac-Man.
right. That's right. That's right.
Right. Those are in opposition to the resonance. The echoes between them shape the pattern. We don't have this part of the key that has that symbol. We do have... Oh, yeah. But with a missing head. So, we do have... The mother becomes the frame, the child becomes the lens, echoes between them shape the pattern. The boundary is drawn where emotion frays. The trigger must be precise. What's buried is summoned, raw and unfiltered.
Now these are drawn
So-
on the ground.
Yes, so these 5 in that first one I sent you are on their like carved into these circular inlays in the ground.
Okay, that can be removed, those inlays.
Do you want to give me a survey roll looking at what you see here?
I will. Focus as an inspect. Drive this just because I really want it to. All right, 6.
6. Looking at these, it doesn't look like you can remove them. It's more like they are sunk in. But as you get closer, do you touch them at all?
So all I see right now is that they're kind of like depressed into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
As in, they look like they are separate to the ground.
Correct.
I don't.
You don't have to. I'm just asking.
I'm just wondering if I don't think I would.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, no. So you see that, yes, they are separate from the ground. It looks like maybe they do move, but not completely. You can't remove them from the ground.
Okay.
Maybe there's some sort of pressure plate.
Okay. So it looks like they might be something we might have to step on or press down.
Yes. I think Arthur takes out the ritual page and the circles, and he is going to see if he can match. Do the symbols around her, and in the image you've shown us, there are 4. Is the 5th in the same circle, or is the 5th in the circle behind?
The 5th is there, so there's the image just isn't as accurate as I want. So
Right.
there's Fiona suspended,
No
and then
worries.
there are 5 circles with those runes, 1 rune per circle around her.
And they're all in sort of a circle, one
Yeah.
circle of circles, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I was
Okay.
wondering if
Yeah, as in they would
we
just
needed
be-
to...
In this circle. Yeah.
Well, either. I mean, there are 5 of these. You said they feel like pressure points. They feel like things to stand on. Maybe we need to stand on them in the right sequence, or. But there aren't enough of us for that. There are only 3
Maybe we just have to activate them in a certain order.
in the right sequence.
Can you take a look around
leaning
and
towards
see
a
if there's
certain
anything
order as well.
on the walls? that might indicate?
Yes. Sorry, there's the air shows going on crazy loud sometimes.
Nice.
Yes. You can give
I'll
me.
also do a survey
Okay,
if
Jimmy, give me a
possible.
survey, and Dr. Quinn, you can do focus if that's what you'd like to do.
Yeah.
Or survey.
While they're doing that,
5.
can Arthur try and sense the symbols and try and sort of divine some meaning behind them through the energy they give off? Maybe the bleed that they give off. That's a 5 on the non-gilded.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
take a 5 on the non-gilded. I almost took a 2 to get a drive back, but I think I'll try and fish for them later.
Jimmy, you see that in one of Fiona's hands, she's holding something.
Oh, sweet.
Dr. Quinn, you take a look at the room around, and you just see these slow streams of mercury down the walls, but you see it's starting to pool at the bottom. Not, I mean, it's only maybe an inch, but that is occurring. Arthur, you rolled a 5 on sense?
5. Yeah.
After kind of understanding that that one rune might link to ancestry or lineage, getting a little closer to it, trying to sense what all of this could mean, you hear a voice in your head. It feels familiar. It's not Anastasia. It's not Lazar. It is that same deeper, ancient voice you heard come out of Fiona's mouth. And it says, the family legacy existed first. Something traumatic broke or exposed it.
Family legacy first.
Jimmy, do you take a look at Fiona?
I will try to examine the thing in her hand without touching it, if possible.
Okay. You see it's a piece of paper folded.
Can I retrieve it without touching her?
Without touching her?
Yes.
Give me a control roll to try to grab it. Because she's like holding her hand is closed around it. So
5.
5. You just slide it out, but a hint of that mercury from her starts to snake up your arm, and you look down at your arm and you see it dig into your skin.
Oh, that's not cool.
Take 1 bleed mark for me.
Yes, ma'am.
But you successfully get this paper, which is...
Oh, that looks helpful. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, translation. Okay.
That's so
Okay.
loud. Sorry. Yes. You see Fiona is holding a
It's a
little
recipe like I thought.
cipher.
Or it definitely is giving recipe for me now. Or more, even more than it was before.
Containment.
I will share this with the rest of the class for sure. And I will also, but I think that I'm definitely leaning more towards the fact that this is a recipe that this thing entity wants us to complete. It almost feels like it wants us to let it out of wherever it is by doing this, maybe, which I don't necessarily want to do that.
No, but I do want to save Fiona if we can.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. That is a good point.
Okay. So we have a key for what these symbols are. The ancestry, trauma, blood, pale, and
Emotion.
and blood, and illusion.
Can I see that diagram again?
Yes, of course. Pass it over. I should probably make copies for each of us. It's coming up a lot, this. So we need to
Yes.
activate these in a sequence, and we need to complete the lineage with these 5 symbols. Ancestry is carried in the blood. There was emotional trauma, and then it opened and it caused a rift into the pale. Does that sound right to you? Arthur asks,
Definitely.
sort of
sounds
wondering
like
if
Yeah.
Arthur's wondering if this feels almost like it's an illustration of his own history, with the disappearance of Anastasia and that trauma causing an opening in the building. I'm tempted to have Arthur just press those in sequence.
Which one are you gonna start with?
I was trying to reach out with my feelings, and I've been experimenting with bleed for a while. It sometimes whispers back. It said the family legacy existed first. Something traumatic broke or exposed it.
Kind of sounds like ancestry should be maybe a starting
It
point.
feels like that should go first, and something traumatic broke or exposed it, so I think trauma or blood should go next.
Why don't we try pressing or stepping on the ancestry rune first
I
and
do
see
think
what
that's
happens?
first. Let's do that. And Arthur's going to gingerly step on the ancestry glyph and hopefully not die.
As you step onto it, nothing happens. Give me a sense roll. Or focus.
No sense. I'll give you a sense wrong. That's a 6 and a 2. 6 is the gilded, and I'm going to take that and take back a drive.
Nice.
All right. You step onto the rune that you now know relates to ancestry, and the rest, all of you see this as it happens. It's like watching a holographic vision. Arthur, you see Thaddeus Lichtenberg standing atop like a windswept hill, and behind him are the skeletal foundations of the Lichtenberg estate. He kneels, pressing his palm to the soil as mercury glistens at his fingertips from a natural spring. His voice is very calm, and as he speaks, you recognize this as the voice that came out of Fiona's mouth. And he says, "Legacy is not what you build, it's what you're willing to bury." And the rune beneath your feet begins to glow. You are under the impression you got that correct.
Okay. Did anyone else see my... Never mind. Did anyone else see what I just saw?
Yes.
Okay, good. Not just me. Well,
Not just you this time. You said something traumatic broke or exposed it next. Do we want to try this trauma?
What you're willing to bury. I think it's either going to be trauma or blood next. Blood is pretty traumatic, and trauma can often cause blood. So I think it will be one of those.
Okay.
Emotion could come first, but I don't think we know enough to know what he said. What we're willing to bury.
Have you stepped off of the ruin?
I have not. I'm still there.
Okay.
Arthur is sort of looking down, looking up at Dr. Quinn, and he's going to step off very slowly.
You step off very slowly, and this pressure plate slightly sinks into the ground. It is still glowing, this silver glow, and you see one of the silver threads connected to Fiona's head to her neck kind of attempts to actually connect her flesh back together.
Well, that's a good sign.
Sure. Very good sign. Right. Yeah. Well,
that's yeah.
That's a.
Let me step onto this next one. And
knowing that, before as you're doing that, knowing that it's Thaddeus, am I able to think back to any mention or any family history that I might have come across? Any stories or that were painful, or maybe family the family didn't like to talk about, but I know that it involves someone else, even if I don't know the particulars.
Give me a focus roll.
I'm gonna use a drive, if that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a 2 and a 5, so I'll take the 5 on the drive.
You recall, as a young kid, a heated conversation between your father and Lazar Quinn. Now knowing that that was Lazar back and him being involved in your family to some degree, you recall your dad arguing about, he used the word pact, and you don't really know what that was about, but you recall this heated conversation between your father and Lazar Quinn talking about some pact. You recall the words pact and borrowed, and it just, that's where your mind goes to.
Okay. Well, I think I'm blood or trauma, do you think, Dr. Quinn?
My gut's telling me trauma.
Let's give it a try. And Arthur is going, or if Alaric wants to take that.
I will step onto the trauma.
Okay. You step onto the trauma rune. Kind of clinks. Give me a focus roll.
Right. I'm gonna add a drive just in case. It didn't help. 3.
It does start to glow beneath your feet. This holographic vision begins to kind of flicker in and out of everybody's sight in front of them. Arthur, you see in this vision what looks like gas pipes, and then the vision kind of dissipates. Maybe you need to help Dr. Quinn.
He's absolutely going to try and, as he sees this vision fading, he's going to try and grab hold of it with whatever he's been building his sense of bleed, and he knows there's some part of it is not natural or not it's not just him, so he's reaching out to it as quickly as he can to try and grab that and bring it back.
Yeah, give me sense for sure.
And I will drive that as well. Rolling 3. That is a that's 2 1s and a 5. So
Okay.
I'm glad I did the drive.
You reach out with your senses and try to hold on to whatever it is that's being shown to you, and you succeed, and you all see in this, like, again, holographic flickering vision, a chamber lined with these mercury pipes, and it ruptures and gas hisses. You see a child standing alone as bleeding light pulses through cracks in the walls in here, and then Thaddeus's form comes into shape next to this small child, and you watch as he slams like a valve door shut, and his hands are blistered. He says it was never meant to open, with mercury blood pouring out of his mouth, but it is successful.
Did I recognize the child?
Give me a focus roll on that one.
It's a 4.
It's a 4. You think maybe it could have been your father, but you'd not. I don't know if you've ever would have seen your father as a child.
Maybe photos or paintings.
Maybe,
I suppose,
yeah.
Probably more.
Yeah.
Was he sealed in by Thaddeus slamming door, or was Thaddeus slamming the door to keep whatever was in the room away from the child?
The latter.
Okay. So something went wrong. The pipes blew. Does it look like the room where the fire started in? Where I think the fire started in the building, in the manor?
Yes, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. That's just what it looked like to you.
Okay. He and I remember seeing the metal burst from the pipe. Okay, that was interesting.
Do you know that man that was in that vision?
I know a lot about that vision. That was my home. That was my grandfather, and I think the child was my father.
Seems to be very well tied to you then. So...
Yes, it does, unfortunately. But the ancestry, the trauma, blood or emotion? I have a feeling it'll be blood or emotion next, and end with the pale. And as he says that, he pictures the doorway and the key hanging around his neck. I think the blood goes next.
I'm gonna leave it up to you.
I think the emotion is because of the blood. And he's wondering if this next scene is going to be significantly later, as he steps onto the blood tile.
Okay. Arthur, you step onto the blood tile. Jimmy, you see at your feet this like mercury begins to rise in the room, starting to slightly flood. In any case, you step onto the blood? Give me a sense, or do sense. That's what you're gonna do.
Definitely sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Between for me, that's a 6 on the non-gilded, so I'll take that.
The vision before you, you see Fiona in this holographic vision, restrained on a gurney as Lazar Quinn raises a scalpel. Dr. Quinn, you see Lazar Quinn here now, and you recall the flashback you had of the surgeon that told you to go watch that boy. Looks a lot like Lazar Quinn. He raises a scalpel to Fiona and cuts on her arm, and gas hisses from her veins. Her body flickers and vanishes, and then her body reappears as Anastasia, then Mira, then yourself, and the face cycles faster and faster and faster. And you hear a voice that you now recognize as Thaddeus say, "Emotional resonance became the key to anchoring," and the room beneath your feet erupts in a silvery explosion. And Arthur, you take 1 bleed mark.
As he takes the bleed mark, I'm going to soak this one.
Okay.
With my ward. So he grabs hold of the Thaddeus's eyeball, as he does, and he is, but he's going to reach out. What were you trying to achieve, Thaddeus? What were you trying to do?
You get an image in your mind, only Arthur sees this, of a younger Thaddeus, deep underground, in some sort of an octagonal chamber, not unlike the one you are currently standing in. And a small, pale, humanoid figure curled up like a child on the floor, naked. No clear understanding of its gender. And you see Thaddeus lean down and brush its bald head. And this creature kind of stands. And you see Thaddeus and this creature communicating somehow. And then you see this creature rip open Thaddeus's mouth and enters his body. And his mouth closes shut. And he is himself again. And then the vision moves forward in time some. You see Thaddeus becoming wealthier. Much wealthier, much faster than he should have. That's the answer you get.
That is definitely a lot.
Yeah.
What happened with the rune?
With the
Very Voldemort and Professor
Yes,
Quirrell or
so-
some shit.
Based off of what occurred with the rune exploding, it is still glowing, but that was not the correct one in the order.
So, as I step off, does it reset or?
It kind of fizzles. The glow dissipates. The other 2 are still glowing. The 2 you got right.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
I would then.
Safe to say that was the wrong one.
Yep. No. Still useful, but
Are
yes,
you
I think
good?
that was. I'm definitely not okay. A lot of bleed running through me right now.
Do you need help? Should we take a break for a sec?
No. We haven't got long. This room is filling with that stuff, and Fiona can't just leave. And I'm keen to get her head back on her shoulders, if possible. So, he said...
Yes.
He said emotion was the key, so maybe emotion is the next step then instead of blood.
Yes.
He's hesitant to step on it, but he's going to move towards it. And can I see how long till the room? You said it was like an inch high. The flood, the mercury. Does it look
Was
like
as
enough
you
time?
look now, it's up to your shins.
Jimmy will step on this one for Arthur because
Okay.
he wants the help.
You step on the emotion rune.
Yeah.
Okay. Jimmy, give me a... I will let you decide between focus, sense, or read.
Focus, sense, or read. We will go with read because that has the most dices. Boom. 5.
5. Okay, Jimmy, you step onto the rune for emotion. You hear it click. And another holographic type vision appears before you all. And Arthur, you see Anastasia. Jimmy, I mean, you all see Anastasia, but Jimmy, you're recalling the case file that Farah Naftali showed you of the young blonde girl. Looks exactly like that girl from that case file. You see Anastasia staring into a mirror, not herself reflected, but someone else, a young boy. Arthur, you see yourself reflected in your mirror. Your breath kind of fogs the glass. Those are so loud. Sorry, I don't know if that's coming through, but
It's
not, but
filtered,
it's just
so are
sort-
you.
It's
insanely
distorting your-
loud. Sorry.
That's okay.
America.
It's been going on for a week, dude. I'm so sick of it. Her breath kind of like fogs the glass in the mirror, and as she touches it, the surface shimmers like a silver pool, and she whispers, "I feel you, Arthur. You're so close." And that rune glows through, and you believe that was the correct one.
That was Anastasia, my sister. She went missing a long time ago. I've been searching for her ever since. What the hell was my family up to? I think I know what the next two are. He's going to step once again on the blood rune.
Okay.
As he does, because he's fairly certain that all of this opened the pail under the house, and this is the story of Thaddeus's legacy. It's what he did to secure their dominance in this world, and he's convinced that Anastasia was part of the price now. He's expecting to see something from that he doesn't remember as he steps onto this rune.
Okay. Give me a sense roll.
Going to drive. That is on the non-gilded. That's a 6, and it's a 1 and a 2. So good with the drive.
Okay. You step onto the blood rune a second time now, and it glows. And you see this vision before you of a cold surgical light swinging overhead, and beneath it, you all see a young Arthur and Anastasia They lying side by side on a gurney, eyes closed, palms marked with a sigil that you all know to be the sigil that means pale, whatever that means, on their hands, and their veins glow faintly beneath the skin. And then another figure standing over them. Arthur, you hear your father's voice. Blood remembers, blood repeats. This was always ours to bear. And that rune glows. Believe it to be the correct one.
Only one left.
Yes. I don't remember that.
Was that you?
Yes, you don't remember that, and I'm going to need you to take a brain mark from witnessing whatever it was that your father was doing in some surgical nature to you and your sister.
That was about the time she disappeared. And I don't remember it because I lost 4 days of my memory. We were playing, and then I was alone, and then she was gone. And they did something, and I didn't know. Arthur is not even registering anyone else in the room. He steps onto the final sigil of Pale. He needs to know what happened.
Absolutely. You step on to the last final one. Give me one more sense roll. The mercury has gotten up to your thighs. You start to feel it very cold on all of you.
That is a 5 on the best dice in that pool.
Okay.
And I've lost the drive point.
You step onto this final one, and begins to glow, and the room before all of you goes dark. It's totally dark, consuming, until something shifts within it. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, this massive hand emerges from the void. One moment. It's obnoxious.
Emerges from the void and freezes.
Freezes! But you all recognize it. It's the same impossibly large pallid hand you saw during your first assignment, veined like marble under ice. And behind it, an eye opens. And Arthur, you recognize this as that eye you held in your hand from your flashback. Just one eye, wild, lidless, human, not human, ancestral. And then from deep within, you hear a deep guttural voice. He borrowed our flesh in exchange for your line. The void here pulses, and the runes around the room blaze with light. The mercury veins across the walls begin to tremble, and you watch as Fiona's head stitches itself back together on her body.
Alaric will kind of run up and catch or let her down slowly.
Give me a move roll. 6. Nice. You run up as the mercury starts to kind of let her go, and her head reattach to her body, and kind of catch her in your arms as the walls are just pouring with mercury, and it starts to rise.
Can I look around to see if there is any exit?
Yeah. Give me a survey.
I'll add a drive. 2 is better than 1. 4.
4. You see, the mercury kind of splits on the wall across on the other side of the room, and you see it slightly open into kind of a hallway beyond. You think that might be a way out.
Jimmy, give me a hand, would ya, please? it's best we probably get out of here right now.
I'm with you, mate. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Arthur is sort of stunned
That's
from
terrifying.
the
Oh, it's so
revelations of
creepy,
his...
dude.
Yeah. from the revelations, and he still has the eye that the remnants of it, and can he take that out as they're running out? Can he take that out and look at it quickly?
Yeah. You
And-
take it out and look at it. It blinks.
Arthur, we have to go.
I'm coming. And his hand tightens around the eye, and he's so tempted to crush it in anger, but he takes off running after them, and is or like wading after them, I guess, if it's up to his thighs by now.
Yeah. Okay. You all take off following Dr. Quinn. Dr. Quinn carrying Fiona. She is unconscious, but you have her completely head intact, attached to her body.
Nice.
And you keep running down this hallway. The mercury starts to kind of recede, and you see a light at the end, and you hear a voice. Fiona? Is that Fiona? You hear Virgil at the end of this tunnel as you guys make your way back out into the Garden of the Gods.
Blindly follow the voice that we think is Virgil. Whether that's good or bad.
It is good. You make a quick escape out of here. You see Virgil standing there, and you're where you were standing originally with Virgil. It led you back out kind of into the same spot. And he's like, You were just here. Where did you... What happened?
How long have we been gone?
Like 30 seconds.
It felt like a lot longer than that.
Is she
Definitely
okay?
a lot longer than that. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna get it fixed up.
He starts walking.
It's not very good in there.
No. He looks at you all very suspiciously and starts backing away from you. Well, you know where the train platform is. I gotta go. He continues backing away. And then he books it and runs away from you.
I'm gonna take a glance at the other two companions and see if there's anything out of whack.
Same.
Okay.
I will also look over at them after that reaction and be like, what did that guy just see?
You all look
It's a Spider-Man meme.
Exactly. You all look at
Exactly.
each other and see that, like, your eyes look like you're crying mercury, and there's mercury coming out of your mouth, and you're covered in this shit.
Ew.
I mean, fair. I see why he ran away. It's this. Anyone
That's
got any
pretty
vials
disturbing.
we can contain this crap in?
Yes, I do. And I'll pull out the bleed containment vial that I carry around with me all the time.
They'll start siphoning that into bleed containment vials. Just you know.
Yeah.
Have something to bring back with us.
Yeah. As I do so, as Arthur does so, he looks down and can he see any? I think we mentioned last time there were gas pipes near the greenhouse, and I think we're back near the greenhouse now, aren't we?
Mhm.
Is there a gas pipe heading towards the greenhouse or near the greenhouse?
Yes, and you all had seen it's still there. It's the same one near where Fiona originally found it so long ago. But there is one, yeah.
He's gonna go towards it, and he's gonna put his hand on the pipe to see if it's actually like, is there any pressure, movement, or is there any vibration that it's in use, or is he gonna get like a feeling of bleed coming from it that is? Oh, first, actually, he's gonna wave his. I have a bleed detector. He's gonna wave the bleed detector over it to see if it lights up like a vein of bleed, as he thinks it will.
It does.
And he's sort of. It's grimly confirming the theory that's building in his head that the pipes out here aren't gas pipes. They're pipes for moving something else, the silver crap that they're covered in, and he suspects it goes directly into his house, and is the reason for potentially the reason for the fire and its destruction, but also potentially this part of this deal that Thaddeus made, that this stuff is in, and this stuff is somehow inside him as well. Like it's in his veins, and this was done to him by his own family, and he's just horrified.
Yeah. I think Arthur takes another brain mark. Can we get a go around of all the marks everybody has?
This makes 3 brain marks.
Okay.
And 1 bleed mark. I had 2, but I soaked 1.
Okay.
I have a bleed and a brain so far.
Okay.
I'm at 2 body, 1 brain, and 3 bleed. I have not recovered since the start of this. So.
Oh, that's right.
You've done a good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will be after this one.
You guys feel pretty exhausted and intense, worn down. Where do we go from here?
I gotta get Fiona back. Make sure she's okay.
We should head back to the train. We have a lot more to go on than we did before.
Yes. I would rather not take her to the Citrus anyways. With all this bleed that's going on. She's probably safer back at the train house.
Yes, I understand.
I'm all for regrouping.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea. I'm going to look at the greenhouse. Is the door open?
Mm-hmm.
He'd like to close it.
Okay.
And just like
You wouldn't happen to have a lock, would you?
No,
bar
but
that thing closed.
I have handcuffs. I will handcuff the door shut.
Okay.
I will go get another pair of handcuffs later.
Sure. Easy enough.
It's worth it.
I love it.
Handcuff the door shut.
And he's gonna head back with them to the train station or the train tracks, and yeah, just every time he sees one of the pipes, he's just gives it a withering look, like it's a personal betrayal from his own family.
Yeah. All right. Back to the train car. On the train, you have a moment to breathe. You return right into your chapter house. Jimmy, you immediately sense something is wrong. You smell the clove. And as you walk into your chapter house, you see the clove holding a pistol to Lenora's head and Lazar Quinn standing there. It says, young Master Young Master Lichtenberg. We've much to discuss. And we'll end session there.
Da, da, da.
Lucky. I was about to try and shoot him.
I know. we need Miss Fiona back. But it's a good little short. Got some good information.
Yeah. Nice.
So much beef with this clove, motherfucker.
I know.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm gonna get him.
If only he didn't
And-
get
and there's
away
our
the
Quinn.
first time.
Oh my god! If
Yeah.
I had just rolled
Off.
better and just shot him the first time, dude.
Or if I'd rolled better and just held him in the liquid nitrogen
Yeah,
as I'd
just
planned to
did
do, he'd
that.
have no head, which would be very thematic.
Mhm.
Yeah, it would be.
Oof.
What's your theory?
Yeah.
What's your theory?
I'm starting to think that obviously there's probably more going on than this, but from Arthur's perspective, I think. So one thing we never actually talked about were Arthur and Anastasia twins.
Do you want them to be twins?
I'm
Because
definitely
I
thinking that it's
think
thematically on
it-
brand for them
yeah.
to be twins.
It
I also
definitely
found it
feels-
funny
Yeah.
because what was it? The rune cipher says twin
Yeah.
in the center.
We never like officially canonized that, but yeah. Twins.
And so yeah, his twin sister, and but I'm starting to think Thaddeus made a pact for power. He's rolled a warlock, and he's part of that was in like incorporating this silver mercury blood into their literal blood, into the bloodline. And this was something that caused that gave them great power, and gave them an edge in everything that they did. And and Lazar is aware of this, but he's not aware of the particulars. He doesn't know how it was done. And the experiments that we've been seeing are attempts to recreate this with compatible families that meet the ingredient requirements that they're aware of, but they are stumbling through the ritual in the same way that we're trying to interpret it with only some of the information ahead of, like, so we're looking at this diagram but we don't know exactly what it means, and we're trying to piece it together. And I think that that's what they're doing, and that's what they did with Liza, and that's what they did with the twins. I would actually not be surprised if Liza was a twin. And
For me, it's giving that something. There was an agreement, and I feel like something beyond the veil is taking possession of these people with these experiments, like, and then living out their lives or whatever, possibly.
okay.
Yeah. I kind of had the feeling of like the mercury is something that the Fade needs to progress, or expulse their, or open up a portal or something like that, because of this mass production and mass moving it. It seems like it's a thing that is being moved around to different places. So like they basically got taken over, this Thaddeus got taken over by an entity, or he struck a deal with it to.
That's exactly how I'm feeling. Like, even if he's not totally taken over, like it's riding in there.
Yeah, it's he may have a passenger, but I think it's too easy. It's almost too kind to say, oh well, Thaddeus's body was not Thaddeus.
But no, he clearly did something, because
he definitely let him in or whatever.
Yeah, and
so there was some deal that was struck.
He struck a deal, and I think he had someone riding shotgun, and he definitely had. He got something out of that, and part of the deal is he keeps getting this silver blood that he's been incorporating into the people of his family, and they've been So I definitely think it was Thaddeus didn't enter this blind. He wasn't tricked
Yeah.
into giving up his body. I think he made a deal
Oh yeah, no, he
and borrowed
definitely
Generational wealth.
power.
dealt with the devil for sure.
Yeah, and I think um, there was uh, there was an accident with this. Like it's not perfect, and it caused and something happened when they were incorporating this blood into Arthur and Anastasia, and Anastasia is either a gift or a bargain, and was given to the Pale, or given to this whatever this being is, and maybe her body is taken over. Maybe it's not actually Anastasia I hear when things happen, or she was the price, and they it claimed her, and he was left with Arthur as the next in line of succession of this power. Um, but yeah, I'm not. How much do we know about Fiona's history?
Not a whole lot. You guys definitely know that she comes from a circus troupe, nomadic type family. I don't know. I don't know how much she's really truly shared with y'all other than that. I don't want to speak for her without her here.
Also, random theory with no like weight or credence, just something I thought could be. It definitely feels like perhaps one of the twins gets sacrificed so that something will happen to the other twin, possibly.
I think that's where I'm at, and I'm wondering if Fiona's maybe not even knowing she had a twin.
Yeah. I'm wondering if maybe we all had twin.
I'm wondering if Liza was Fiona's sister.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you grow up in the circus troupe, you'd never know, right?
It could be a separated at birth thing, or
Yeah.
maybe that just hasn't been revealed that she had a sister, or I don't know. But now I'm like, who was Liza's sibling? Because I'm now thinking there had to be, and I think Anastasia is basically another version of Liza, like that she's essentially given to a lighthouse somewhere or something similar, or was given directly to this entity, and we saw that in Liza. That was a success. That was successful, but it obviously isn't, because she was empowered with something and was still a child, but definitely empowered with something with the bleed. And I think, yeah, I think she's the sibling that got left behind, and the other one went free with some, either didn't pass, and maybe that's what Arthur is, or or the it's like a proportional cost. One has to go over there and the be the person that becomes like Liza, and one goes
It's
on
like
to
the
take
upside
this
down.
power into the world.
It would be
One has to go
Yeah.
over
interesting if
here and one has to stay here. Yeah.
for some reason Arthur was incompatible, and
It's
that's why
possible,
he's
Or he
or
was the anger
still
here.
himself.
or it's
Yeah, that's true.
deliberately one of them is paid, and one of them is kept, and you get the benefits of the power, but that it comes with this silver blood from the Pale, but you are able to use it in the real world, whereas the other one gets a lot more of that power, but is no longer kept in the real world and goes into the Pale. And yes, lady is just like smugly, like they're completely way off base.
I just saw
What do
that in
you guys
chat. I
think
was
of?
laughing.
What do you guys think of Lazar's role?
I like to discuss though. He seems like a pawn who's just selling himself, pretty much. I mean,
I mean,
classic.
he's the dick who was standing outside my burnt down house with a lit match. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's just a classic.
Hey,
douchebag
I want to
who
be
wants
clear
power.
here. Arthur wrote that Lazar was called the Matchbit or what, I don't remember. You put it on your
The Matchman.
initial backstory, and so I ran with it.
And
But
yeah, I think I don't know, he definitely plays a role because he's tied into what seems to be everyone's story a little bit. I don't.
Whatever's possessing him may
What
have
did-
even been the first thing or whatever. Just that's like start trying to get more things over to our side.
Or
Or
he's
something.
like, yeah, he's like the big bad at the end. That
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
he's actually the kingpin that's moving all the pawns around, right? But what was his tie into Jimmy's backstory? Because he was there, wasn't he?
Jimmy's backstory. What we have so far is that he has been following a lead on Klein and leading up to you all and your current
But
story. Lazar
Lazar
was
never showed up?
not in.
Okay.
I was about to say I don't think I remember seeing him yet.
No,
It's
you've
been
only
all about the
you had the
clove
clove and then
and my beef with the clove.
the bar scene with the whatever lady. Yeah.
But he was
Um,
in
He was in yours,
Fiona's.
Fiona's, and obviously Arthur's.
Yeah. I mean, obviously mine.
Yep.
He's a Quinn.
Yeah. I don't know.
Uh-huh. But he also, Marion blames him for my uncle's death. Right?
Yeah.
So,
You do know that. Yeah. Good theories going.
Was your aunt twin?
my aunt?
Hmm?
Mm,
Well, your uncle
I don't
would
know.
be her brother,
Think so.
right?
No, they were married.
No, they're, yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
no, that makes more
There we go.
sense. It is late here. I'm blaming that.
Yeah, that checks out, actually.
I'm actually more awake now after I didn't sleep at all last night.
Yeah.
It was a good sesh.
She's
Yes.
the married into. The uncle
Yes.
would be the actual blood.
Yes. All right. Well, I'll see you guys next week. Same time
Absolutely.
to confront Lazar and the Clove.
Dun, dun, dun.
And
Dun,
Fiona's
dun,
gonna come back
dun.
into this, waking up from being unconscious. Poor
With
girl.
her head have
With-
just been severed and then
Yeah.
reattached.
She's gonna have like a silver thread around her neck.
I won't forget. I won't forget that it's Sunday, I swear.
It's all good. You were,
All right.
you were still here. All right. See you
Yeah.
guys later. See you next week.
Yeah.
Bye,
for sure.
guys.
I already can't wait. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah, that was something else. It was a good short sesh, and next week is gonna be something else. Dun dun dun. All right. I'm getting out of here. I'll see you guys next week. I probably won't stream too much this week. I might fit in one scary game session of Silent Hill. Maybe, possibly. But otherwise, it's probably going to be... I don't even know about Boys Night on Thursday, honestly. So it might just be D&D on Sunday. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out. And I'll see you next Sunday. Bye, guys. Bye.